Good morning and welcome to IOF TV for this live broadcast from the CX80 World Cup in mountain bike orienteering and also the European Championships. We are in Ostroda in Poland. That's the northeast part of Poland, and we have been competing for 2 days with the sprint distance on Thursday and the long distance yesterday. Today it's time for the middle distance. And I think there will be quite some heavy legs out there in the forest. I am Linus Rapp, and I'm gonna try to guide you through these competitions. And just like the other 2 days, we're gonna focus on the women's class in the beginning and then end up in the men's class in the end of this broadcast. Actually, the riders have already started this race, and I think that is junior. We have just seniors we are going to follow, but there are also junior and youth athletes out in the forest. That's why you will be able to see some other athletes coming that we are not talking so much about. So, as I said, they started already at 9 o'clock. So the first starters have been out more than 30 minutes today. And you get to see here some younger athletes trying to cross the border to the finish line. As I said, the sprint distance, it was demanding with a lot of hard pedaling and quite easy route choices, some of the athletes were saying. And even so, yesterday's winner in the long distance, Wojciech Ludwig, did a quite big mistake in the sprint distance. But at yesterday's long distance, he did not give anyone else a chance for the gold medal. He won with 3 minutes, just as Nicoline Splittorff from Denmark took her second gold this week. And I think she is longing for her third today. Actually, she is also the reigning champion at the European Championship middle distance. So she is really used to it. And she got beaten in last year's World Champs at the middle distance by Emily Benham-Kvole, who is at home, probably watching this with her newborn twins. So that's why she is not at this site. Yesterday's silver medalist, Martina Tiszowska from Czech Republic, she was third at the World Championship middle distance last year. And also Ruska Zarela from Finland, who took the bronze just some seconds ahead of Ursina Jagi yesterday. She was third at the European Championship at the last year middle distance. So we have, just as usual, Camilla Søgaard, the Danish old star veteran. Now I guess Nicoline Splittorff is a bigger star, having these 2 gold medals already here. Is starting quite early since she doesn't have enough races to be ranked in the start. So we will follow her. She has already been out in 11 minutes, have not had the results hoping for. I guess she was 13th at the sprint and 12th at the long distance yesterday. But I think she is working to become higher up in the ranks today. And here we get to see some information about the track or the course. Women will have 10 kilometers with a climb of 140 meters and 18 controls. And the optimal route, as the organizers have planned for them, are 15.5 kilometers. So quite a long way around. And the men have 12.8 kilometers with a climb of 160 meters and 24 controls. And also they have quite much longer at the optimal route. 21.1 kilometers for them. And the estimated winning time should be around 50 to 55 minutes. And for the other 2 days, the earlier 2 days, sprint and long distance, they have been able to be in between the estimated winning time. So I think that will be the time, some minutes faster than 1 hour for the athletes. And you saw the elevation that they will take. It's quite moderately hilly in these beech and pine forests. So I think not really steep out there, just trying everywhere to keep up the pace. Here we see some of the Lithuanian youngsters have been out in the forest, and this is how you do in orienteering. You check the map, control, have I done every route choice as planned? And just as the other 2 days, it's still allowed to do some shortcutting. Here we get to see some start list, and as I said, we have 𝐵𝐿𝐴 Søgaard going quite early, not this first sight. We have Tilda Palm from Sweden, the youngster, who we should see. She had a quite okay race yesterday, but even better at the sprint distance. Robana Kuvinova from Czech Republic should also be interesting to see if she is coming quite soon to this TV control. And here we get to see Henna Saarinen from Finland and 𝐵𝐿𝐴 Søgaard probably being able to put quite a good time, and also Elvira Larsson, 4th at the sprint distance, 8th yesterday, looking for another top 10 place and perhaps even better than that. So Elvira Larsson just started 7 minutes ago, so she has quite much time to work with. And as I said, it's ranked, the starting list, so it gets better and better. Here we see Gabriella Gustafsson, Marika Hara, I think are the best on this side. Marika Hara, who was 7th at the sprint, and Gabriella, I think, was 10th and 11th yesterday. And then we get to see the really big names. Nicolene Splittorff having 2 golds already. Constance Devier took the bronze at the sprint. Ursina Jägi with 5th and 4th place. Should it be one jump up again? Martina Tiszowska, 2nd yesterday. Ruska Salla, who took the bronze yesterday. And Gabriele Andrusinene taking the silver at the sprint distance. So these are the top names, the top favorites. Also see here Ingrid Stengard, who were in the lead quite a long time at the race yesterday, having some difficulties on her second loop, and ending up at 9th positions, and then Antonia Haga ending the start list at 10th position. At the men's class, we have Armel Berthaud. I think you heard his name quite many times yesterday. He started 9:16, ended up in the 20th position, but he was in the lead for the finish line really long time. You see he goes quite early, so I think he will be a good guy to keep our eyes focused on, seeing his time. Otherwise, in the men's class, I think we are waiting for the bigger names. At this side, we see the Polish riders, Grzegorz Nowak, and we will see how they can do today. So these are the guys that just have been leaving the finish, the start line. We have the best Danish, Oliver Friis, going 9:52. Antonio Mariani, and we saw Sander Plitzik were also in the lead for a finish yesterday, going here. But the names are getting better. Florin Schneider, he was 22nd yesterday. Jan Hasek, 13th yesterday, and looking for a better position today, I think. Also Silas Hots were around that 15th, 20th position. And just as in the latest class, the names are getting better. Jussi Laurila, he was 12th yesterday. Ignas Ambrasas took the silver on the sprint distance, but around 16th position yesterday. And then we have Teemu Kaksonen, he was 4th. And looking at this lineup, Krzysztof Bogar, Andreas Waldman, Wojciech Stransky, Samuel Pökkölä, Wojtek Ludwig. These are guys that can be up fighting for the medals. Wojtek Ludwig taking a big win yesterday. Andreas Waldman, the long distance specialist, took his first silver medal, and Samuel Pökkölä, his second medal with the bronze. And we're ending up the starting list with Jonas Maiselis from Lithuania, who were 4th yesterday, only a few seconds from the bronze. So I think that's a guy also longing for getting up on the podium. So the first athletes have been out in the forest around 40 minutes, and they should be out for at least 20 minutes more. I think the first starters are not gonna be the winners in this middle distance European Championship race. And we saw quite a lot of shortcutting at the sprint distance. Not as much shortcutting yesterday in the long distance. They were staying much more out on the roads and the bigger paths. will be interesting to see how they do it today. As Swedish athlete Elvira Larsson said, it was quite hard to know before you made a shortcut, will this be good or bad, since you did not see all the way in the forest, and it could be really fast, or there could be trees laying out in the forest and you have to jump off the bike and run. So that can differ quite a bit. It will be interesting to see how the athletes take their tactical side to this race, if they are planning to do quite a lot of shortcutting, or if they want to do a bit more stable going around, possibly losing seconds. So we will see. Actually, we heard Wojtek Ludwig, he who won yesterday, enjoyed the race, and he worked with his key plan, and that was to just stay focused all the time and just keep pushing. In the long distance, it's much important to just keep pushing all the way. Every athlete gets tired. Today, the middle distance, it will be a bit more controls, not as far legs between the controls, and highly important to find the right route choice, but also to stay focused all the way, have the foresight, and just make no mistakes. And actually, Wojtek Ludwig averaged 26.9 kilometers per hour yesterday, and maybe it doesn't sound that fast, but that's also with running on shortcuts, turning and stopping at intersections, going on these really small paths. So I would say it's highly impressive keeping that pace out in the forest. Here we get to see 𝐼𝐄𝐳𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒 comparing to, I should see, Aleksandra Saturska from Poland, taking the same route choices. It looks like the Lithuanian have started a bit faster and going in there to the third control. We'll see if she turns around. She continues, taking the more right route choice to the fourth control. And you see the eighth control, that is our TV control, where we should try and find them. And you see Aleksandra Saturska taking the other route choice there, but I think if she did the left route choice, actually it's really fast there. And we see 𝐼𝐄𝐳𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒 making a mistake, being paused there. There's also a possibility going even further to the left, but maybe it's too far around. As I said, the TV control is number 56, and we are waiting for some names there and taking different route choices there. 𝐼𝐄𝐳𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒 highly going around, but much faster. I think Aleksandra Saturska, yeah, that was a shortcut, just running through the forest. So, as I said, I think there will be more shortcuts seen today. And you see the Lithuanian has paused again, is a bit faster than the Polish athlete. And quite interesting to see how they are taking a lot of different route choices here in the beginning. So we have had 𝐼𝐄𝐳𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒 at the TV control for a while ago, and then turning around, making not the best start at that route choice, not had the foresight planning how she wanted to go. We see Aleksandra Saturska is doing another route choice out from the control and then going out on the left, just as 𝐼𝐄𝐳𝐈𝐏𝐿𝐿. We have had Armel Berthaud, the guy who started early, that I think we're gonna just try and follow. He had 27:24 at the TV control, and he had catched up Petar Popuntkiov from Bulgaria 4 minutes, so he was 4:15 behind and not having really the pace to keep up with Armel Berthaud's pace. So looking like the French guy have had a good start this race also. So you see, yesterday we had really long legs all over the map. Today they seem to have quite a long leg to the 9th control, but quite much shorter legs also. It was really interesting to see the shortcut she did to the 5th control. Here it is, out from the forest. We are waiting for Teodora Tabakova, and you see we are having Henna Saarinen in the lead there, 23:37, and we know that Camilla Søgaard started just 2 minutes behind her. So the Danish athlete who is the reigning champion at this distance. We will see how she has started this race. And then just a few minutes behind her, 6 minutes behind her, Elvira Larsson, the best Swede, started, who has been 4th and 8th this week. So we are having great athletes in the start in the women's class. And looking at these nice forests out of beech and pine trees a lot, and as you see on this map, it's not that much elevation. As I said, it's just moderately hilly between these small lakes and marshes, and I think that the bikeability is good for the athletes out there. It has been 2 really fast races these 2 first days, and we are looking at the same thing today, I think. Here we get to see, you see 18th control up in the northwest part of the map. It's the last control. So this is the course that they are having today, and 𝐄𝐒𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒 being quite much ahead of the Polish athlete Aleksandra Saturska at the moment. There are going left or right route choices mostly. We have seen a mistake from Agnet, but also it could be interesting to see the control between 15 and 16 when it's an open, semi-open area, if they are going to try and do the shortcut, or if they are going around. It's quite far around, but as we saw to the 5th control, it was faster going around there than doing the shortcut uphill. So we will see. Also, of course, knowing that 𝐄𝐒𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒 were quite much faster biker than Aleksandra Saturska. So maybe she is playing with her strength there and trying to be on the bike as much as possible. That's also easy when you're an athlete and talking with the team. You're talking, how should we go towards the terrain and work with the route choosing. But it's important to remember that they are all different cyclists, and some are better at the really fast roads, some are better at technical mountain biking, and some are faster just jumping off and running than others. So they have different strength, and they need to play with that a lot. I know from my career, I was a ski orienteer. I often wanted to do quite short route choices. I wanted to stay on the narrow paths and use my strength, even though some other athletes thought that it was faster to going around. So that's how it can differ between the athletes, and it's important to stay true to yourself and know your strength and weakness, even though it can be hard thinking about what am I a bit weak at. It's important as an athlete that you start thinking about that, so you can play with your strength. Here we get to see Silja Ylihisanen, Tilda Palm. We see Siri Rasimus taking the different route choice here to the 4th control, and we see Silja Ylihisanen, and that's quite fast up to that part, and making I think same route choice mistake. You see there is something that they have a problem with there, Silja Ylihisanen, and we see the shortcut made from Tilda Palm in the lead of this pack now. We see 𝐄𝐒𝐈𝐏𝐄𝐒 is a bit behind now. It looked like, I think that shortcut will be made a lot. And Tilda Palm, the young Swede who has had medals at the Junior World Championship, is a bit a good start. Lucy Nedemlelova, I think, is on her way, and she has not had the good start. But we see Camilla Søgaard has been there. She has taken the lead at the TV control. She is 1.5 minutes ahead of Henna Saarinen with a time of 22:11. Looking then at Elvira Larsson, she should be there in a minute if she wants to be ahead of Camilla Søgaard. So we are waiting for the Swede, I think, if she has had a good start. But Camilla Søgaard, reigning champion, taking the lead there with 1.5 minutes ahead of Henna Saarinen. That's a stable start for her. So it's interesting. It looked like the right route choice to the fifth control is faster, but you need to stay in control. Where are you coming out on the road? And we have seen both mistakes there from 𝐅𝐵𝐄𝐻𝐒 𝐃𝐄 and Silja Ylli Hietanen. So can be a bit tricky coming out after that shortcut to know exactly where you are, and easy to make a mistake there. And that's also important when you're making a shortcut. A lot of these racers are not used to doing that. It's not allowed in every competition, and it's very important to be able to have control on where are you coming out on the road. Often I think it's better to think that, okay, I'm going a bit left, so I know I'm coming on the left side of the path that I'm want to go in on. So you know I'm on this side, I should go to the right when I come out. Because if you try to do it exactly coming out to the intersection, if you come 50 meters too long to the right and you go to the right, it's really hard to know. And quite easy to make a mistake like these two athletes have done in the beginning. Actually, 𝐼𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐿 has been put down in this start by youngster from Sweden. Sverre Røygaard has taken the lead 2:10 out at the TV control. And here we get to follow these athletes again. Tilde Palm making a shortcut there through the forest. And you see Siri Rasmus wanting to find that path, I think, not doing that correctly and losing a lot of time. And I think that that's not the best route choice. Or, as I said, you have to stay in control when you make this shortcut. Tilde Palm going out like we saw the Polish home athlete and going straight out. We know 𝐼𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐿, but then taking to the right on this long leg. So it'll be interesting to see Siri Rasmus going out as the same. And we know that probably Tilde Palm is going around the lake you see there and coming to the control from the north side. Quite far route choice, but going out on that black road, we know they are really, really fast, and she's gonna bike everything that she's got out there. So we are just waiting for her. And we have had the first starter in the finish in the men's class. Stanimir Belomashev, the Bulgarian, more famous as ski orienteer. I think he's reigning world champion. No, not reigning. He took a silver this winter. So Jürgen Buckley took all the gold. So Stanimir Belomashev, he had 55 minutes. Interesting to see. Then if he has 55 minutes, I think the winning time will go down much faster than 50 minutes also. Because perhaps he have had a great race today and not so good races the other days, but he has been quite far behind the best athletes. So we will see. Waiting for like 𝐼𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐿 and Sverre Røygaard coming to the finish, seeing how much faster they can be, and perhaps started counting for Wojtek Ludwig, Krzysztof Bogar, and those guys. You see Siri Rasmus taking the left there, so we will be interesting to see. Here we see the TV control again. Silja Ylli Hietanen. We know she had a small issue when she took the shortcut and doing a small mistake there. I think that's a Swedish athlete first. I'm not certain who it was, and I think Silja Ylli Hietanen may be coming. Yes, the second athlete we see here, Silja Ylli Hietanen. She is around 2 minutes behind Camilla Søgaard, and still no sound from Elvira Larsson. So not certain what she have done, or if we just have missed her, but we have not seen Elvira Larsson there yet. So Silja Ylli Hietanen, 2 minutes behind the leader Camilla Søgaard out at the TV control after 22 minutes. And Robana Kubinova is also the first finisher in the ladies class, and she had 48 minutes. So as I said, I think times will go quite much faster than the estimated 50 to 55 minutes today. Camilla Sörgård has been out in 32 minutes, Henna Saarinen soon in 35 minutes, so they still have more than 10 minutes taking the lead. Anna Kaminska, I think we are waiting for the Polish Anna Kaminska. That's a Spanish athlete coming quite fast, and you see it's tricky to be able to see who are coming. I think that it could be Enrique Schosa Esteban, who we saw there coming, passing the control. But Anna Kaminska, much more interesting, starting bib 105. Still having 40 seconds to take the lead. We see Elvira Larsson has been there. She's more than 3.5 minutes behind. So, the Swedish Elvira Larsson is probably looking at her worst results yet this week, because that is not a good start at all. Also having had Agne Musayevaite to the finish now, 54.58. She is second there, 6.26 behind the Czech Romana Kubinova. And Maria del Mar Delgado Gonzalez at third position, 8.03 behind. So we are getting some times in the finish. And the new leader, Oskar Johansson from Sweden in the men's class. And as I said, 51.20 also in the men's class. The winning time, I think, hard to say, but between 40-45 minutes, I think we're looking at the moment. This is Oskar Johansson, 51.20 now. Anna Kaminska is coming here. It's a really good start from the Polish home athlete. Anna Kaminska, new second best time, just 20 seconds behind Camilla Sörgård. And just turning around there, clicking out, turning around, putting a foot down, and then going away with full speed. So Anna Kaminska, she has not had those best results yet, but this is a very promising start for the Polish athlete. And here we get to follow Anna Kaminska. You see her, she is ahead of Tilda Palm, so it looked good there. And some spectators watching and following how they are doing here in the Polish forests. The green lungs of Poland is this part of northeast Poland called, with a lot of big forests and a lot of lakes. And I think that athletes who are standing here talking after the finish line, this is mostly youth, but we have also seen some elite class coming into the finish now, discussing how has the day been. See the Spanish team here. And the new second best time from the Austrian Tobias Breitschädel. Tobias' teammate took the silver yesterday, Andreas Waldman, with his first individual medal. And here we have the Czech team. You see the blue and white dress. So blue and white dress, that's Czech Republic and also Finland. If you're trying to see them, spot them going this far. Anke Danowski, the German, with starting bib 103. Can she be on the way to this TV control? I think, I don't want to say that. That makes me wonder if they have had really good starts, or if Camilla Sörgård maybe has done some mistakes, because I think she should be a bit faster than these athletes coming here this early. And today also we get to hear these beautiful sounds of the birds singing in the forest. I think the cameramen are enjoying that sound the entire days. get to wait. Then we know 𝐄𝐒 is a bit behind, not being able to be ahead of Henna Saarinen either, who is third at the moment at the TV control. And we have taken Tilda Palm to the finish, the Swede. She is 2.5 minutes behind Romana Kubinova at the new second best position there. So Romana Kubinova's race looks better and better here early on. And we know that we have had Camilla Søgaard out in 38 minutes, so she has around 10 minutes to take the lead from Romana Kubinova. And also Henna Saarinen has around 8 minutes taking the lead. So those are the next big names. We're waiting towards the finish. We are waiting for Anke Danowski from Germany. And we're seeing that there's some other athletes. We saw the French guy. And looking at the... not certain if that was a younger class. Otherwise, I think it's not the men's class there coming to that control. So you see also another classes. As I said, the Junior World Championship is also being held here, and the European Youth Championship. So a lot of athletes had made their trip to Ostroda, Poland, and are enjoying very nice mountain bike orienteering, high speed mountain bike orienteering. And the clock is still ticking for Anke Danowski, so she's more than 3 minutes behind. Could it be her coming here in the German dress? I think so. Coming in, taking the control as number 7, Anke Danowski, and still ahead of Elvira Larsson. So Swede have not had a good start. And then we know we are waiting for behind her Jana Luscher Alemani from Switzerland started, and then Miren Arina Anduesa from Spain, who had a really good start yesterday, being high up in the rankings at the TV control, and then losing a lot of time, ending up more than 40 minutes behind Nicolene Splittorff. So probably having big issues out in the forest. Will be interesting to see if the Spanish athlete could have a good start. And behind her, Ana Filipa Silva, the Portuguese, started. Also had a good start at the sprint distance. Not so good race yesterday. Here we get to see the Finnish team. They are looking, and also these are the junior and youth class. And the Finnish team, highly ranked mountain bike orienteering team. National team taking a lot of medals. Yesterday, 2 medals in the senior classes and also some medals in the juniors classes. And looking happy after their race. And I think that's nice to see. The phases between the athletes can diversify a bit if you've had a good or a bad race. We know how much time they are putting down to this sport and putting their life to become the best athletes possible. So it's highly important for them, and sometimes an sports result can feel bigger than it probably is in many eyes. We see the Lithuanian, number 42, that's Regimantas Kavaliauskas, have come to the finish. And I'm not certain his time exactly. Means we should see Regimantas has been out 52.5 minutes. So he's perhaps, yes, new leader, just 2 seconds ahead of Oskar Johansson from Sweden. So Regimantas taking the lead for a while. So Regimantas Kavaliauskas taking the lead just 2 seconds ahead of Oskar Johansson from Sweden. 51 minutes at the moment, and in the ladies class we're already under the estimated winning time of 50 to 55 minutes. Romana Kubinova having 48.5 minutes. And we know that the Czech team, they are really strong. Interesting to see that they have had a good start for this race. So often you would say that the middle distance is a bit more technical than the long distance. It's the more shorter controls, really having to be able to have control on your map and know where should I go to the next control. So we are still waiting for some athletes out in the forest. We have had the Swiss Jana Lüscher-Alemany 3:19 behind at 7th position out in the forest, but we are waiting foremost, I would say, Hanna Saarinen towards the finish. She has been out in 45 minutes now, and the leader Romana Kubinova 48.5 minutes, so she has 3 minutes, a bit more than 3 minutes to take the lead from her. And then Camilla Søgaard just starting 2 minutes behind Hanna Saarinen, and she had already at the TV control catched up 1.5 minutes, so she can also have passed Hanna if she have kept up the same pace as she had earlier in the race. But she has been out in 44 minutes now, so we will wait and see which of those are coming first. Marika Hara, the Finnish athlete who was 7th at the sprint, having much better start than Camilla Søgaard. The lead with 2 minutes out there, turning around and taking another route choice to the next control. So that means I think she is going to the left route choice on this longer leg to the 9th control. And it looked like she exactly know what she was doing, and she had already planned that route choice to the next control. Marika Hara, new leader with 2 minutes ahead of Camilla Søgaard. And just as I were talking a bit about, I think it shows that Camilla Søgaard probably have not had the best start. But Marika Hara, she had a bit worse day yesterday, but really having a good start at this middle distance. And we know actually she has from last year, she was 4th at the World Championship at the mass start, and she have a bronze from sprint distance World Championship 2022. So she is a highly competitive athlete, and showing that 7th position at the sprint, starting quite a bit early and putting down a great time at the TV control. Next really interesting starter is Gabriella Gustafsson, started 6 minutes behind her. She has been 10th and 11th, really stable results, but not having that top result. So we can wait and see her, and then after that we have 10 minutes down to those great starters: Algirda Michkuvene, Nicolene Splitter, Constance Devier, Valerie Kamererova. And here we see turning around Jana Nilika from Austria, and she is around 4 minutes behind at the 5th position. And we have also had now Camilla Søgaard to the finish, 45-44, taking the lead, 2:48 ahead of Romana Kubinova. So then we know that she has been to the finish, the Danish star, who is the reigning European champion. But looking at this TV control, I can say she won't be the reigning champion after this day. Still taking the lead at the finish, but being more than 2 minutes behind Marika Hara at the TV control. 45-44. I think we're looking more down to times at 40 minutes maybe, since Camilla Søgaard is 2 minutes behind at the TV control. So we will see how Marika Hara continues this race. And we have also had Armelle Berthaud from France going into the finish and being a new 3rd best time, 1.5 minutes behind the Regimantas Kavaliauskas and Sverre Røygaard, who were 2.5 minutes ahead of Armelle Berthaud, have not been in the finish yet. And he has a bit more than 1 minute to overtake the lead from Regimantas Kavaliauskas. And I would say Camilla Søgaard picked up Hanna Saarinen on the way, and she entered the finish 2:12, behind 𝐿 𝐄𝐒, so new second position for her in the finish. And that is quite interesting to wonder about, since Nicolene Splittorff won with 3 minutes yesterday. I think that the starter who starts 2 minutes ahead of her might have a good possibility to see that back and perhaps use it a bit. That's 𝐼𝐏𝐳 Michkovene, who was 9th at the sprint and 7th at the long. But of course, you should be able to follow her also. We know how fast she is going. The crazy Dane, Nicolene Splittorff, having 2 golds, looking for her third today. She is world ranked number 1, and she's showing all the way why. And here we have some Swiss athletes in the finish. And I think that's also some younger athlete there discussing with their team leaders how the race has been, how has the classes been. And I think we saw Sverre Røygaard there. Yes, Sverre Røygaard in the finish, 50-22, taking the lead with almost 1 minute ahead of Regimantas Kavaliauskas. So we have Sweden, Lithuania, Sweden in the finish at the men's class at the moment. So we are waiting, seeing better results from the Swedish guys, I think, this early in the contest. And checking the times, Gabriella Gustafsson from Sweden has around half a minute to do something for Marika Hara at the TV control. So she would probably be some time behind the Finnish leader out there. Here we see Sverre Røygaard to the right, checking and discussing with the Swedish leaders, taking a lead. How far can this be? Now we get to see in the forest. That's Ana Filipa Silva from Portugal, coming in at 14th position, 10 minutes behind. Looking here, could that be Gabriella coming? No, that's Italia. I'm not certain who that was. And she also takes this other route choice out to the left on this long leg they have to the next control. Gabriella Gustafsson, we are waiting for her, the Swede. Number 112. I think it can be her coming here. No, that's Estonia. So clock is ticking and she won't be ahead of Marika Hara. Should see towards 𝐿 𝐄𝐒. But I think this shows even more Marika Hara's start is really, really good. And will be interesting to see when those later starters arrive to this TV control. So I think that perhaps the Estonian there could be Mari Linnes. She started 4 minutes ahead of Gabriella Gustafsson, then being around 5 minutes behind the leader there, Marika Hara. Here we get to see here, Gabriella is on the way to the 8th control, so she should not be far from that control. Yeah, she's coming here. Gabriella Gustafsson taking a new second best time. 1:37 behind Marika Hara. And turning around at the control. Looking carefully at the map. Actually, I have misplaced myself. They are going up the intersection up there. And if they go left or right there, they are taking the different route choice. Looks like she's maybe making a bit shortcut. She's going left on that route choice. So we don't know which is the fastest. We know her Swedish teammate Tilda Palm took the right route choice there. But interesting to see. And you see the ground here. It looks quite easy to make these shortcuts. But as said, then there's a tree lying there. So it's really hard to know. And here we have more Danish and Swedish athletes. I think that's a younger class. Turning around at the control. And we have also had Bianca Thomas from Hungary there. Yeah, you see Gabriela Gustafsson here. Marika Hara is ahead of her. We should see Marika is doing the straight route choice to the 7th control. I think it's the best we saw earlier. They were trying to make some shortcuts. You see Gabriela is going. I think they are making shortcuts quite a lot out there in the forest. And it just like looks that Marika Hara is making the faster. Marika Hara going north from the 8th control. Should see if she goes left or right. Yeah, she takes the left part there. So she's doing the left route choice, not going out around on that asphalt road. As I said, Bianca Thomas is new 4th best time at the TV control, 2:16 behind Marika Hara. So good start from the Hungarian. And we know 𝐅𝐵𝐄𝐒 started 10:05. She has been out in 13 minutes. So we're still waiting some minutes, and she just had Nicolene Splittorff starting 2 minutes behind her. And it will definitely show how Marika Hara started. And you see here Gabriela Gustafsson taking the same route choice on the left side to the 9th control, but going out in a different direction from the control, and probably going all the way around to not passing the 4th control, going either further around. And this fast roads, but she were 1.5 minutes behind Marika Hara, so hard to say which will be the fastest here. Looks like the route choice Marika Hara is taking is definitely shorter, but going taking some more elevation and also going on a bit more narrow tracks out there. So you see then they are going straight north when they come up to the left to the intersection and just taking the control from the right side. And we also have the long route choice out to the right, going out to the black road there and going in between the lakes, coming from the north side to the control. And Oliver Friis, the Danish athlete, has been at the TV control just 12 seconds behind Sverre Røygaard. So a new 2nd best time there for Oliver Friis. I think actually Marika Hara is continuing. I think she's doing a mistake there. Or she wants to go out to the black road thinking that's the faster one. We have seen a lot of athletes going straight up there earlier in that intersection she just passed. But Marika Hara continuing, taking the longer route there, but wanting to go out on the road, the fastest road there. So Karin Gustafsson from Sweden is the athlete it looks like we were waiting for. She started 6 minutes ahead of Algirda Michkovene, and she is 2 minutes behind Marika Hara already. So I think it's not so far away for the Lithuanian and then the Danish Nicolene Splittorff to come. Then we are in the ranked group. They are starting first. Here we see number 113, Karin Gustafsson, taking that control and turning around. So she is taking another route choice to this 9th control. And you see the athletes, they have the right rule. You should meet each other on each other's right side so that it's clear and you don't happen to go into each other because you don't know. And you see Gabriela Gustafsson going all the way around there. And now it looks like, look at the tail of Gabriela Gustafsson's GPS track comparing to Marika Hara, seeing the difference in the pace between the athletes there. And I think Gabriela might be able to catch up some time on Marika there, being 140 behind her at the TV control. Now Marika Hara also is out on the road there. So Gabriela is doing really long left route choice there. Nice to see. And we also see the Hungarian taking that like middle route choice, going out to the left from the control, but then going straight up on that path. And also there you see the pace difference between those athletes. Laurent Maire from France on her way here, around 6 minutes behind. Yeah, she's coming here. 6 minutes behind Marika Hara, coming in at the 17th position. But then we are waiting for 𝐅𝐃𝐍𝐶 from Lithuania. He has then less than 2 minutes to be ahead of the leader, Marika Hara. So 2 minutes for 𝐅𝐃𝐍𝐶. That means 4 minutes for Nicolin Splittorff to try and take the lead here at the TV control. So Lithuania and Denmark up next, I think. And checking towards the finish line. They are still up quite a lot. And here we see that Romana Kubinova, she took the right route choice, being compared here to Gabriela Gustafsson. Actually, we don't have her TV time, so I'm not exactly certain which time Romana had out there. But she is behind 2:48 behind Camilla Søgaard in the finish. And she will be behind Gabriela Gustafsson at the 9th control. So Gabriela doing this around all route choice, and we know Blanca Tamas, she was only 45 seconds behind Gabriela Gustafsson at the 8th control, and I think it will be further coming up to the 9th control. So I think that the Swede route choice there pays off quite good for her. Rosalie Kocherova has been out at the TV control. She's new second best time there. And we see Anna Kaminska also being compared with Romana Kubinova. So they are having different route choices here. As I said, the leader, Marika Hara, 20:03. 𝐅𝐃𝐍𝐶. The clock is ticking towards 20 minutes now. So the Lithuanian should be at the 8th control very, very soon if she wants to be in the discussion for the medals today. So you see it looks like Bianca Tamas is quite close to Gabriela Gustafsson, but she is losing seconds all the time. Now we should see, is it the Lithuanian or is it the Dane? Nicolin Splittorff just starting 2 minutes behind 𝐅𝐃𝐍𝐶 on their way down to this 8th control. Around half the distance made when they come to this control. And I think that we won't be able to see the same crushing from Nicolin Splittorff today, at least, because she's coming. She won't be more than a minute if we see her. But we are waiting for both 𝐅𝐃𝐍𝐶 and the starter behind her, number 86, the Dane Nicolin Splittorff. I'm getting excited here. Waiting for this double gold European champion. But also 𝐅𝐃𝐍𝐶. Seeing one biker. That's not the colors of either Lithuania or Denmark. Looks like the start from Marika Hara is getting really much better and better. Nicolin Splittorff, which is changing over to her. Has she passed the Lithuanian? There we saw the Lithuanian, I think, from the other direction, being then 1.5 minutes behind 𝐅𝐃𝐍𝐶. But Nicolin Splittorff, where is she? Looks like the double gold champion is somewhere behind Marika Hara. And then we know that 𝐅𝐃𝐍𝐶, she was around 1.5 minutes behind Marika Hara. So around Gabriela Gustafsson's time. Could it be Nicolin Splittorff coming from the other direction? Yes, here we see the Danish athlete. Actually, just second position here. If I would say that to anyone else, maybe they would be sad. But Nicolin Splittorff coming here with 2 gold medals, being 13 seconds behind the leader, Marika Hara here. So, not a perfect start for Nicolin, or maybe the pace from yesterday has established in her legs, feeling a bit tired after 2 tough gold races. course, 𝐼𝐿𝐼 has done the same races. Even not exactly the same high speed. That was very interesting to see. Nicolin Splittorff 13 seconds behind 𝐼𝐿𝐼 at the TV control. And then we have Valeri Kamerenova starting 2 minutes behind her. Constance Devier, the bronze medalist from the sprint distance. Then we have Ursina Jaggi, the Swiss, who has been 5th and 4th. Looking for that medal. She knows she is so close to that. Martina Tyszowska from Czech Republic starting after that. With the silver medal yesterday. Ruska Sarela and then Gabriele Andrusinene. So now we are waiting for those best athletes out at the TV control. And looking in the men's class, Georg Kaffler from Austria is in the lead there with 24 minutes, 33 seconds. And Florin Schneider from Switzerland, who has been 22-21. He has been out in 19 minutes now. So we're still waiting some minutes to see if he can do something for Georg Kaffler. Here we see some of the French guys turning around at the control. It could be Albin Tembaché-Julie. And then he is some minutes behind. Or it also could be Paul de Bray. I did not see. And he also would be around 1 minute behind Georg Kaffler. So, not certain who are top there. But out in the forest in the women's class, we know Marika Hara just ahead of Nicolin Splittorff. And we get to see here Marika Hara, Algirda Michkuvene taking the same route choice as her. And we know she was at the same time as Gabriela Gustafsson at the 8th control. So very interesting to see coming towards the 9th control which of these route choices are the fastest. We know Gabriela's is definitely longer, but going out on this black road, the whole line is a bit faster than going on these paths. That is not a dotted line, but a broken line. Romana Kubinova taking the other route choice, going out to the right. And actually, Algirda Michkuvene, she were 10 seconds ahead of Gabriela at the 8th control. And Valeri Kamerenova has not been here yet, so she will be more than 1.5 minutes behind. And starting behind her, Constance Devier. But here we have the Czech, Valeri Kamerenova, going through the control there. 150 behind, that's a 5th position at the moment. But just 30 seconds from Algirda Michkuvene at the 3rd position at the moment. And looking here, we will see how Algirda takes this. If she goes right in that intersection she's soon coming into, or if she's doing like Marika Hara and going a bit further, trying to use the black road for a longer time up to the 9th control. We have seen both route choices being used there. And here I think we have Marika Hara coming towards the finish, and that's a new leader. Marika Hara leading at the TV control and taking a big lead. Almost 3 minutes ahead of Camilla Sörgård. Then she is down on 42 minutes and some seconds. We are waiting exactly there. 2:58 taking the lead. Marika Hara with a smile on her face, not knowing already that she is actually ahead of Nicolin Splittorff at the TV control. So this could be a really, really good race. But trying to compare her to Camilla Sörgård, she has gained almost a minute from the TV control towards her. So she has been faster all the way here, but not really as much faster as in the beginning. She had 2 minutes after 20 minutes, and then now after 42, 3 minutes in the finish. Should it be the French Constance Devier we are waiting for? She will also be behind Marika Hara here. And behind her we had Ursina Jaggi started. So 42:36 is the time for 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐒 in the finish. And I think we are waiting for the French. Constance Devier, yeah, actually she has been there already. 42 seconds behind at third position, so new third time. And then we're waiting for the Swiss, Ursina Jägi, with the red and white dress. And here we see 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐄𝐒 going this north, more straight route choice. And it's very interesting to see. We know Gabriela is on a faster road at the moment, but 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐄𝐒 is definitely ahead of her in the terrain. So going out there, hard to say which will be the fastest out of these two route choices. But 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐒, that's a really good race. Going, taking the lead with almost 3 minutes to Camilla Søgaard. And I think looks like Gabriele 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐄𝐒 having a good start there. Here we see Martina Tiszowska, and that's a new leader, the Czech, taking the silver medal yesterday, and she is more than 50 seconds ahead of 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐒. That means 1 minute down to Nicolin Splittorff, and she has had a tremendous start to this race. And she goes out to the right. Then we know she's doing probably the same route choice as 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐒 or 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐒. So, and looking there at the GPS, I think it looked like Gabriela Gustafsson has a lost time on 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐄𝐒. We will see when they are coming to the control. There we have Martina Tiszowska. We have not seen Ursina Jägi, so she's definitely behind her there. And Ruska Sarela, yesterday's bronze medalist, started 2 minutes behind Martina Tiszowska, but that's a superstar from the Czech superstar Martina Tiszowska. So we will see. We have, as I said, Ruska Sarela, Gabriele Andrusinene, Cecilie Kristoffersen, Ingrid Stengard, Celine Wellerreiter, and Antonia Haga behind her. But I'm not certain anyone will be able to be faster than Martina Tiszowska here, taking a big lead at the TV control. Here we see Ursina Jägi, and she has not had the best start of this race, being at 12th position, 3.5 minutes behind. And just as I said about Elvira Larsson, this will be her worst race this week. Ursina Jägi having difficulties with something out in the forest. Taking the time, the right route choice, as Martina Tiszowska went out there. Now turning around, not exactly certain where she wanted to go. First it looked like she were going right, and here we get to see 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐄𝐒 and Gabriela Gustafsson. They are still behind 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐒, and I think 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐒's GPS has stopped. And I think that the route choice that 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐒 and Camilla Søgaard took there, that was the fastest. So I'm saying that it will be interesting to see Martina Tiszowska. And then we know 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐒 has probably lost some time there, going all the way around to the road, compared to 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐄𝐒 and Camilla Søgaard, definitely. So we will see how they come when they come towards the finish. Looking at the time she has been out, we know the leader is in the finish, 42:36 for 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐒, and 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐄𝐒 has been out in 32 minutes. And here we have some of the Finnish athletes. That should be, yes, yesterday's bronze medalist Ruska Sarela, taking a new second position there, just 1 second ahead of 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐒, and going out directly to the left. Comparing to 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐒, I'm not certain if it's a better route choice. Perhaps it could be, but as it looked like the best route choice is going right there and then left, and just going a little bit zigzag between those control. Actually, maybe I outspoke myself out there, because 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐄𝐒 is lying under Gabriela Gustafsson there, so perhaps it's quite close between those two route choices, and it depends on which speed you're able to pedal. So Gabriela Gustafsson looking like she has catched up those seconds on Algirda Michkuvene and Marika Hara. But we don't have Nicolin Splittorf's GPS. Very interesting to see what she can do. And here we have the control. Gabriella Gustafsson is on her way, as it looks like. She has been out in 43 minutes, so she won't be able to take the lead. 43 minutes. You see Celine Velle right there have sadly broken the competition, and that's why the clocks are so off. But we're looking for the blue and yellow dress from Sweden, Gabriella Gustafsson. She has around 2 minutes to be ahead of Camilla Sörgård. And she were at the TV control just 40 seconds ahead of her. So we will see. Yeah, there we have her. Gabriella Gustafsson. She has been 10th. She has been 11th. Can it be a better position? Definitely in under the finish. Going in at the new second best time behind Marika Hara. I think it's around 1 minute behind Marika Hara. Coming in there. I think, yeah, 1:14 behind the Finnish leader. Gabriella Gustafsson in at the second position at the moment. Then she has lost. We should see. Actually, she hasn't lost anything. She has taken 15 seconds on Marika Hara from the TV control, showing that she has the pace in her legs. Gabriella Gustafsson will be the best Swede today. And here we have Gabriele Andrusinene, the Lithuanian, going in at the 5th position, 1:16 behind Martina Tyszowska. But then we know she is just some seconds from the podium. 2nd and 3rd position is less than 20 seconds. So she is in the race. Gabriella Andrusinene going there. I think she has then 30 seconds up to Ruska Saarela at the silver position. Here we have the Swedish team getting some new nutrition to Gabriella. Speaking about the terrain, the route choices she has done. 1:07 behind Marika Hara, taking from around 20 seconds from the TV control and leaving Camilla Sörgård a bit behind. This is a good race from Gabriella Gustafsson, who has been winning almost everything home in Sweden and has been 10th and 11th. I think it's a better position looking for her top 10 today. So we will just wait and see. Algirda Michkuvene looked like she was tied neck to neck with Gabriella, and we know Nicolin Splittorf were a bit further ahead of her. So we will see when we are coming towards the finish, when they are coming towards the finish. Algirda started 10 minutes behind Gabriella, and that means Nicolin Splittorf started 12 minutes behind her. Just want to give you an update on the men's class also. We know we have double up for France out in the forest. That's Pierre Martinez from France. You remember, I have talked about him. He was the fastest at the sprint distance to the TV control, then losing time. And he is now leading at the TV control. You see here, Martina Tyszowska looks like she's taking the best route choice. And definitely better than Marika Hara's route choice. Gabriella going all the way around. Marika Hara doing some kind of middle. And Martina Tyszowska, the Czech Republic athlete who won the World Championship in mass start last year and took the bronze there in the middle distance, is probably looking at a higher valuable medal. Could it be the goal looking for Martina Tyszowska? She has still 9 controls to go. So a lot of the race, but she has put herself in the position where you definitely want to be. So she's clearly ahead of Marika Hara. And we don't have Nicolin Splittorf. It almost gets it a bit more exciting, not knowing exactly where the Dane, Nicolin Splittorf, is out in the terrain. And we are waiting still some women to that TV control. Cecilie Kristoffersen, Ingrid Stengard, Antonia Haga are those athletes still to be able to be in the top. But the time, Cecilie Kristoffersen is probably some time too late. So Ingrid Stengard, Antonia Haga, the Finnish athletes, we'll see if they can challenge the leaders out in the forest. Looking there at Constance Devier, Valerie Kamererova, They were actually 1 minute between them. So Valerie Kamererov was going to that route choice. I think the Czech there gained some seconds, or Constance Devier have had some difficulties in the beginning of this long leg, because that's not 1 minute between them. Just together there with 𝐅𝐵𝐾𝐄𝐒 𝐃𝐄, we know are really tight with Gabriela Gustafsson coming up to the 9th control. But Martina Tyszowska looking like she has around 1 minute down to Marika Hara at the 9th control. This long leg that we see is causing a bit of difficulties, wondering how should I do this control. And here we see Cecilie Kristoffersen from Denmark. She was 6th yesterday and not having a good start today, being almost 4 minutes behind at the 16th position. I think that's... and you see it doesn't look like she is having either the pace in her legs. She got a bit tired in the end from the long distance. She really gave it all yesterday. And I think that looks like Cecilie Kristoffersen. She will have to fight everything she's got, but will not be able to take the medals today. Martina Tyszowska continuing throughout this 9th control, just like Marika Hara did. And we know that Gabriela Gustafsson has gained time on Marika Hara somewhere after that. And here we have Ingrid Stengaard going in at the new 8th best time there, 2:29 behind. So also she has lost some time in the beginning, just with Gabriela Gustafsson there. So Ingrid Stengaard 2.5 minutes behind. That means up to the bronze medal, it's 1.5 minutes for her. Ingrid, who had a great start yesterday and then had some mistakes in the end. As I said, Martina Tyszowska continuing throughout that control, just like Marika Hara did. And you see here it looks like 𝐅𝐵𝐾𝐄𝐒 𝐃𝐄 is quite some seconds ahead of Gabriela Gustafsson now. So I'm not certain what she is doing when she comes out to that road. Getting a small stop here, it looks like. And you see Ursina Jägi, she's also behind Camilla Søgaard. I think we can take her out of the contest for those top positions. So looking at the men's class, we now have a new leader at the TV control, Silas Hotz from Switzerland, 30 seconds ahead of Jan Hasek and Pierre Martinez. So now these greater men are coming towards that control also. And then we know Jussi Laurila, yesterday's 12th position guy from Finland, just started 2 minutes behind Silas Hotz. But we are looking at the ladies here, who should be coming towards the finish. 𝐼𝐵𝐾𝐄𝐒 𝐃𝐄, the Lithuanian. Can she be on the way already? She were behind Marika Hara at the TV control more than 1 minute. And we saw that she, after the long legs, still were quite much time behind Marika Hara. But we are waiting for her. And she had Nicolin Splittorff just 1 minute behind her in the terrain. So the 𝐼𝐵𝐾𝐄𝐒 𝐃𝐄, she was hunted by the Danish star Nicolin Splittorff, having 2 gold medals from the sprint and the long distance. Actually, the first time she is behind here in Poland, and she's more than a minute behind Martina Tyszowska at the TV control, but she was only 10 seconds behind Marika Hara there. So we will see how she has done this second part of the race. Here we see some of the bikers coming. Could that be 𝐼𝐵𝐾𝐄𝐒? Could it be 101? No, I don't think that was. Trying to use my eyes. You know, I'm getting an old man, not having the vision I had when I was 12. Looking like Marika Hara will be the leader. Continue to be the leader. Even after 𝐼𝐵𝐾𝐄𝐒 𝐃𝐄 here. Then we know 2 minutes for Nicolin Splittorff to overtake the Finnish leader at the finish. also Antonia Haga, the last starter in the women's class. She is too late to do something for Martina Tyszowska there. So Martina Tyszowska, when we're closing the TV control, she will be the leader there. And the one who's gonna either win or lose the gold from that part of the race. 𝐅𝐄𝐃𝐄𝐒 is still waiting for her. And as I said, Nicolin Splittorff, the clock is ticking for you also. You have around 1 minute to take the lead from Marika Hara. Should it be the Lithuanian or the Dane coming here first towards this last control, just having some seconds down to the finish line? I think Gabriela Gustafsson, she will stay at the silver position at the moment. But there are coming a lot of chasers out there. Who are coming now? That's Nicolin Splittorff coming there, and she will take the lead. I think that was the Dane. Nicolin Splittorff, could it be her? It must have been her, taking the lead probably with around 30 seconds ahead of Marika Hara. That was a Dane dress. I want to see her time coming into the finish. It was definitely someone from the Danish team, and we know how fast she is. She were 10 seconds behind Marika Hara, and I think that was the new leader. We have also had new leader Ignas Ambrasas at the TV control. And here we have her, Algeda Mishkovene, coming in towards the finish. She is more than almost 2 minutes behind her at Marika Hara. So she is going in there. Could it not have been Nicolin Splittorff going in? I thought it looked like she was standing right next to her teammates there. I don't want to say too much. At least Algeda Mishkovene, she were behind both the Finnish and the Swedish athletes in the top there. No, this is Nicolin Splittorff. I'm saying too much there. Then we know Martina Tyszowska, she has been out in 35 minutes. Algeda Mishkovene, she got her time in there as 1:48 behind Marika Hara. So perhaps the Danish we saw was not Nicolin Splittorff. And she's standing here. Nicolin Splittorff taking the lead. Then I should have trusted my eyes a bit. We have not gotten her time yet. Yeah, we can please read out. Nicolin having 2 gold medals already. Being behind Martina Tyszowska out in the forest. Passing Marika Hara from the TV control to the finish. But not with that much time. Taking the lead with around 30 seconds. Still looking happy, of course, taking the lead at the European Championship, going to the finish. It means you have done a good race. Not certain if you have had some mistakes out there. So I think the hope is still up for her, grabbing all those individual. Here, finally, she gets to the readout, so we get the time. Taking a well rest out there. Shaking her head a bit. But this is the woman to beat, Nicolin Splittorff. Looking at the times, wondering. Yeah, 46 seconds actually she took the lead with. So she has been 1 minute faster than Marika Hara from the TV control. I beg your pardon, not having to wait for the times there a bit. But we know that Martina Tyszowska, she were around 1 minute faster than Nicolin to the TV control. So we know it's possible to take some time there. We will see how the Czech Martina Tyszowska is ending this race. Looking at the men's class, Ignas Ambrasas, the silver medalist from the sprint distance, has taken the lead. But here we can see a playback here between Martina Tyszowska and Marika Hara. And we see Martina Tyszowska is ahead of Marika Hara. But I'm not certain if it's 46 seconds. She has definitely lost seconds. Algeda Mishkovene there. It looks like she is the same between her, or she is even closer to Marika Hara. I think that Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒, she is ahead of Marika Hara, but I'm not certain if she is ahead of Nicolin Splittorff. And also Kucherova going well there, taking a totally different route choice to the 12th control. She will be behind, but more interesting now. Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒. And looking here, we have behind Nicolin Splittorff, we had Constance Devier, then Ursina Jagi, but we know both they, Constance Devier actually had a really good time to the TV control, so we will see. It looked like she had lost some time out on that long leg, but Constance Devier, she has been out in 42.5 minutes, not being able to beat Nicolin Splittorff, not being able to beat Marika Hara. So number 96 from France, we are waiting for her to see how she have ended this race. At the moment, Gabriella Gustafsson from Sweden is at the 3rd position, 1:53 behind Nicolin Splittorff. So there won't be a medal to the Swede today, looking at Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒's pace in the forest. But hard to say how many seconds were Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒 ahead of Marika Hara here. Coming into the finish there. That was a French athlete at least. We see the Danish team discussing after the race. Jonas Vitautas-Quildis coming to the TV control, but still a minute behind Ignas Ambrasas. Could it be Constance Devier we are waiting for towards this control? Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒 has been out in 40 minutes. She has 1.5 minutes, 1:50 to beat. And here we see some Finnish athletes. Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒, less than 2 minutes to take the lead from Nicolin Splittorff, and probably the gold. We should see. Is it her coming there? Could it already be? I'm not certain if that was Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒, number 83. We saw some Czech athlete, but it also could be Valeria Kamererova coming into the finish there. Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒, the clock is ticking for her. More than 1 minute still to take Nicolin Splittorff here. It will definitely come down to how she finishes this race. Looking like she were 30 seconds to 1 minute ahead of Marika Hara with 4 controls left. So it will be tight. We see here Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒 towards the 17th control. And the clock is ticking. I think she's taking the correct route choice here. But how fast will she be this last part of the middle distance? Will she be able to beat Nicolin Splittorff? I think it will be down to the seconds for the Czech athlete. Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒. How have she ended this race? Having had some difficult route choices here in the end, but taking the correct route choice to the 17th control. Yeah, she's coming here. Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒, and it looks like the second still is on her side. Number 83, the Czech. Really good race from her, taking the lead 10 seconds ahead of Nicolin Splittorff. And I think this is a European champion at the middle distance, becoming 3rd at the World Championship middle distance last year. I think this will be the one taking the gold this nice Saturday out in the sun. Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒, she has lost 50 seconds down to Nicolin Splittorff from the TV control, but she had over a minute. So still the seconds on her side. The first one to beat Nicolin Splittorff this week in Ostroda, Poland. What a race, Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒. Having the silver yesterday and looking like it can be the gold today for her. What an ending. We saw she had lost some time there to Marika Hara, but enough. We got a smile there. But look here, Ruska Sarela, the Finn, she were 40 seconds behind Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒 at the TV control. Looking here like Ruska Sarela will be able to beat Martina 𝐶𝐄𝐒 actually. So Ruska Sarla have had a really good ending of this race, and she is definitely ahead of Martina Tyszowska. Looking at the times, I know she had 20 seconds down to Gabriele Andrusinene at the TV control. And we have had also Constance Devier into the finish, 1:28 behind Martina Tyszowska at the 4th position. But Ruska Sarla coming here, yesterday's bronze medalist, and she is gonna be a new leader in the finish. Just around 15 seconds, taking the leader, 14 seconds ahead of Martina Tyszowska. And I just like for 2 minutes said probably the gold goes to Czech Republic. Now it looks like Finland is in the position to take it. We have some athlete who can challenge her left in the forest, but Ruska Sarla taking the 5th position at the sprint, taking 2 climbs up to the long distance with the bronze, taking perhaps 2 climbs up again, taking the lead here in the finish. With only a few athletes starting behind her, 5 athletes, and we know that Cecilie Kristoffersson is too late. Celine Wellen right there, she has not taken the entire course, and looking like it's Gabriele Andrusinene who will be the one who can challenge her. So leader now, Ruska Sarla from Finland. And also her being able to take some time on Martina Tyszowska from the TV control. Probably have had a good route choices there. Ruska Sarla 20 seconds ahead of Martina Tyszowska, and then 35 seconds down to Nicolin Splittorff. 4th position, Marika Hara. Constance Devier is 5th at the moment, and 6th, Gabriela Gustafsson. That's top 6 at the moment in the finish. And Gabriela Andrusinene, she were 20 seconds behind Ruska Sarla at the TV control. Discussing here with her team leaders. But I think we need to see Gabriela Andrusinene. The clock is ticking fast. If she can do something for Ruska Sarla. Otherwise, looking Ingrid Stengaard, she were almost 1.5 minutes behind the Ruska Sarla at the TV control. And Antonia Haga even more. I think that the gold is gonna go to Finland and Ruska Sarla today. Here we see, she is in the finish, Gabriela Andrusinene. Then she has a great time also. We want to see how her readout is. She is definitely in the medal zone here. Looking at her readout, Gabriela Andrusinene, she took the silver at the sprint distance, having not as good race yesterday, coming in on the 5th place, and it's better today. We see a smile, but looking, could it be she's just some seconds from the, yes, 7 seconds behind Ruska Sarla. Ruska Sarla, Finland is the European champion. 7 seconds ahead of Gabriele Andrusinene from Lithuania. And then Martina Tyszowska, 3rd position, the bronze medal, 20 seconds behind. That's a really tight race. Oh, looking at that, you saw she looked at the map, she had her smile on, and then looking down a bit, 7 seconds to the gold. She definitely can find those seconds, but it's how this should be. Tight, fast competitions here in Poland at the European Championships. Yeah, you hear them talking, 7 seconds. Gabriele coming here with her 2nd silver this week. And also looking at the Lithuanian team to tomorrow's mixed relay, where we know it's 2 men and 1 woman. And we know Ignas Imbrasas has had the silver already. Jonas Maiselis took the 4th place yesterday. So I think Lithuania, they will definitely be in the medal fight tomorrow also. So I know you're a bit disappointed, also happy with the silver. It's mixed emotions for Gabriele Andrusinene, but just try to start focus on the next race to come. Tomorrow's mixed relay is the last race of this championship. And Ingrid Stengaard still have some time, but I think that she were too far behind at the TV control. Cecilie Kristoffersson, she were think she 6th yesterday? Yes, 6th yesterday. And she were actually out in the forest as much as 340 behind. So she should not be able to do something for those top athletes. And you see the clock is already ticking out for her. If she comes now, it will be the 5th place coming into the finish for her. That's not the Danish dress. Hearing some other names shouting there, but I don't think Cecilie Kristoffersen is on the way already. Starting 2 minutes behind her, we had Ingrid Stengaard, the Finnish athlete, being 9th yesterday. But even her, I think, is we will be waiting some more time for, since she were at the TV control. Ingrid Stengaard, she were 2.5 minutes behind Martina Tiszowska, but 1.5 minutes, or a bit more than 1.5 minutes behind Ruska Saarela, her teammate, leading in the finish. So looking at the men's class a bit, Georg Koffler still in the lead in the finish, ahead of Juan Sanz from Spain, and Andrés Sarksna tied with Florin Schneider at the 3rd position. But still, Ignas Ambrasas, fastest out in the TV control, and he has still 7 minutes to take the lead at the finish. Here we see some of the Czech athletes. Could it be Krzysztof Bogar? Looking at the time, who could it be? Krzysztof Bogar, it looked, yeah, number 8, 24:40. So I think he has done some mistake. He has just been, I said double 6 positions for him, but he were 2 minutes behind. Andreas Waldman, much better there. New 2nd best time. Yesterday's silver medalist, Andreas Waldman, 16 seconds behind Ignas Ambrasas. Almost catch up Krzysztof Bogar, 2 minutes there. So Ignas Ambrasas ahead of Andreas Waldman and Silas Hotz. And that is also a good back to be able to spot Krzysztof Bogar. And starting behind Andreas Waldman, they're starting to look, that's Wojtek Stransky, actually the reigning champion at the European middle distance championship. So now we are changing focus. I just want to say again, congratulations to the medalists in the women's class. 1st place and gold medal to Ruska Saarela. And then we have Gabriele Andersen, 7 seconds behind at the silver. And 3rd place and the bronze, Martina Tiszowska from Czech Republic. And we're waiting for Ingrid Stengaard here. We have 2 Finnish athletes out there still. Ingrid Stengaard, Antonia Haga, and Celine Wellenreiter from Switzerland. Have lost quite a lot of time in the beginning, being 4 minutes behind at the TV control. But you see, those will not be able to do something for the middle distance. So Silas Hotz has actually entered the finish, and he has lost time towards Georg Koffler. So he is 7 seconds behind Georg Koffler in the finish. And also Jan Hasek into the finish behind Georg Koffler from Austria, doing a really good race. Teemu Kaksonen has been new 2nd best time out at the TV control. The Finn, who was 4th at the sprint distance, 10th yesterday. So Wojtek Stransky is still waiting for him out here, the reigning European champion at the middle distance. But he has not had the best championship. 26th at the sprint, 8th yesterday. I think he's looking for something better. So Wojtek Stransky, but looks like he is too late for Ignas Ambrasas, the Lithuanian, showing really good shape at the sprint distance with his 1st individual senior medal with the silver there. Here we have the Czech, Wojtek Stransky. He is in the race, just 40 seconds behind Ignas Ambrasas here. Also some seconds behind Andreas Waldman at the 3rd position there. Wojtek Stransky. And looking here in the starting list, we have Samuel Pökele, the gold medalist and bronze medalist from these 2 previous races this week, starting 2 minutes behind him. And then behind him 2 minutes, that's Wojtek Ludwig, yesterday's crushing gold medalist, taking a crucial lead ahead of Andreas Waldman. So now two really good racers. We are waiting for them. First the Finn, Samuel Pöckele, having around 1 minute to be ahead of Ignas Ambrasas, and then Wojtek Ludwig, who starts 2 minutes behind him. The camera is watching. Can they see someone in the Finnish dress coming? It's like we're sitting there spies. We move to the finish line. Could it be the last starter, Antonia Haga? Yes, we are waiting for her, and you see the time, just as I said, is too fast for her today. So Ingrid Stengard, she went in on the 8th positions. So she was 2:48 behind Ruska Sarla there. And Antonia Haga were around her, actually 1 minute behind Ingrid Stengard at the TV control. So if she's coming now, she has done an extremely good ending. So we are also expecting, as I said, Samuel Pöckele, Wojtek Ludwig towards the TV control. And thinking that he just has been there, and that means he is, yeah, he's coming here. That means he is new third best time, around 30 seconds behind Ignas Ambrasas. 40 seconds actually, to be precise. 41 is just behind Wojtek Stransky also that. So it goes out to the left there, taking, I'm not certain if they have exactly the same long leg as the ladies class. We will probably get to see that later. Samuel Pöckele, 40 seconds. And then Wojtek Ludwig from Czech Republic having around 1 minute to be faster than Ignas Ambrasas to this control. Ignas Ambrasas should also be coming to the finish. Looking like the time he will have around 1.5 minutes to beat Georg Köffler. And being in the lead at the TV control. Ignas Ambrasas, the Lithuanian who took the silver at the sprint distance.
Var med på vad Ludvig har för nummerlappen. Han är med svinduktig. Wojtek Ludwig.
So Ignas Ambrasas should enter the finish really soon. And Wojtek Ludwig, also number 12, coming towards the TV control quite soon. You will see. We are waiting for him, yesterday's gold medalist. A lot of thing to take in. Wojtek Ludwig. We're looking at the TV control. Can he be on his way? He will not be able to beat Ignas Ambrasas out there. Not Andreas Waldman either. Yesterday's silver medalist. So double silver medalists out in the lead at the forest so far. We will see. And I think these are the big favorite. Wojtek Ludwig, he was third at the World Championship last year where Christoph Bogart took the gold. Could it be Wojtek Ludwig coming here? Yeah, he is also in the race, around 30 seconds behind, taking a new 4th best time there. So just behind Samuel Pöckele and ahead of Wojtek Stransky. Wojtek Ludwig going out to the right there on this longer leg. Interesting to see. Ignas Ambrasas, he has been to the finish now, taking the lead with more than 2:40 ahead of Georg Köffler. Interesting to know for you is that he was 2 minutes ahead of Georg Köffler at the TV control, but just 2:44 at the finish. So he has not been able to keep the same pace, or Georg Köffler has had a really great ending. Maybe something that opens up for the later starters just behind Ignas Ambrasas, Andreas Waldman, Samuel Pöckele, Wojtek Stransky, Wojtek Ludwig. They are in 40 seconds of range up to Ignas Ambrasas here at the TV control where we see them out in the forest. And behind Wojtek Ludwig, Kari Kaskinen started. Then we have Martin Kanta, who were top 10 yesterday also. And Fabiano Bettega. So I think we see some of the racers here in the finish. Just trying to be in the shade now. Not have so much sun. It's been warm out there for the athletes this week. We also hear someone braking hard. And then A lot of air going in and out of those lungs coming into the finish. Here we get to see those long leg to the 6th control. Andre Haga starting late, 10:56, has not been at the TV control. Looking like he has had a good start ahead of Ignas Ambrasas, Paul de Bray, and Wojtek Stransky here. Going the same route choice. Probably will go on the path on the road here for a while and then go in to the right. Taking the control from the west side. Yes, and you see Ignas Ambrasas, Paul de Bray, and Wojtek Stransky going straight there and taking a shortcut. I don't think they gained anything towards Andre Haga. Maybe Ignas Ambrasas did that great, but Andre Haga still in the lead. Quite soon on his way towards the 11th control. That is the TV control. Still here, some seconds ahead of Ignas Ambrasas. We should see if he turns around. Yes, he turns around, going in on the road again. And goes around. Ignas Ambrasas taking another route choice compared to Andre Haga here. Andre Haga's using the bigger roads a bit further. We will see if he's losing time there, since it's definitely shorter where Ignas Ambrasas goes. And I think that Andre Haga might lose some seconds on that route choice, but he's definitely in the game. Now he is the live dot there. And Ignas Ambrasas are gonna go down to the control number 8 quite soon, and I think Andre Haga lost seconds there, but he will definitely be in the fight of the top there.
Det skulle kunna komma tjeckiska killen istället. Kanta.
So Andre Haga started 10:56. We're waiting for Martin Kanta, started 10:52. Fabiano Bettega, the Italian, who crushed it at their home World Cup last year with 2 wins. Not having the best results yet. Andre Haga have been the bronze medalist at the sprint distance. He was 5th yesterday, and it looks like he lost some seconds on that route choice. But coming into the 8th control, he is definitely there at the same time as Ignas Ambrasas. So still in a great position for this race to continue for Andre Haga, the Finnish athlete. After Andre Haga, Luca Dalla Valle started, Lauri Malsros, the sprint specialist from Estonia, Jeremy Pur from France, and Jonas Maiselis. And here we see Martin Kanta coming in. He's also within the range of a 1 minute, a new 6th best time. Martin Kanta, I think he was 9th or 10th yesterday. So Martin Kanta from Czech Republic going out to the left on the next long leg for the men. And working hard, standing up for a bit there, also looking at the map, and definitely knew where he was gonna go out from this control, the number 11 in the men's class. But Ignas Ambrasas still with the lead out here, and still with the lead in the finish. We have had new 2nd best time in the finish, Jonas Vytautas Gvildis, also him from Lithuania. He is 2 minutes behind Ignas. That means he lost 40 seconds from the TV control to the finish line. So Ignas has done a good ending. Hard to say exactly how good, since he has the Wolves chasing him with a lot of athletes within a minute behind him here at the TV control. And also Andre Haga on his way, and have had a really good start. So Martin Kanta there, 56 seconds behind. Then we have Fabiano Bettega, and then Andre Haga. So he should be quite soon there. We have also taken Antonia Haga into the finish, and she lost quite a lot of time in the end, coming into the 20th position. Also, the Swiss Adrian Jacki has gone to the finish as a new 3rd best time, 2.5 minutes behind the leader Ignas Ambrasas. So here we are waiting for Fabiano Bettega and Andre Haga. I don't think number 23 That's 𝐄𝐒 who has lost some time in the beginning. 5 minutes behind. And here we have into the finish, number 10. Not certain. That could be a junior coming into the finish. We have... No, 𝐼𝐿. Excuse me, Jiri. You don't look like you're 20 years old. So 𝐼𝐿 had a good race yesterday. Coming into the finish there. We should see how Jiri's time is standing out there. Jiri, new second best time. 1 minute 11 seconds behind Ignas Ambrasas. And that means he has gone exactly the same time towards Ignas Ambrasas from the TV control. 𝐼𝐿. And here we have him, Andre Haga, the Finnish athlete, getting the seconds for him. He is, that's not his time, Andre Haga. 22:40, 22:30. I think he is just within the seconds towards Ignas Ambrasas at that control. And you saw the pace and the focus he had out there. So Andre Haga, Ignas Ambrasas, those two are the top at the TV control, just within a few seconds out there. We get to see a replay again. We see Jonas Maiselis, the last starter from Lithuania, who was 4th yesterday, and he has also had a really good start. So interesting to see the Lithuanian Jonas Maiselis. We know Andre Haga lost some seconds on his route choice down to the 8th control towards Ignas Ambrasas, who went a bit straighter. So Jonas Maiselis coming here towards the 8th control, looking like he is at the same time as Andre Haga. It's a great start from Jonas Maiselis, the Lithuanian, starting last. And showing yesterday he definitely has the speed for a medal, just losing with a few seconds towards Samuel Pökkele and taking the 4th position there. Probably wants to show that I am able to take the medal. So Jonas Maiselis having a really good start at this race. And he has been 4th earlier at the World Championship Long Distance 2014. So he's watching for his first individual medal. And he goes into that road, the path, which means he will gain some seconds on Andre Haga. I think that will be some seconds in advantage for Jonas Maiselis at the 8th control. So that will be interesting to see. The last starter, we get to see him there. And we have 2 green dots. Jonas Maiselis, Ignas Ambrasas, the 2 Lithuanians being challenged by the Finn, Andre Haga, and a lot of other bikers also. So Andre Haga, he was 3 seconds ahead of Ignas Ambrasas at the 11th control. And then Andreas Waldman just 10 seconds behind. Could it be Luca Dalla Valle coming here? Yes, Luca Dalla Valle also having a good start, being around that minute behind Andre Haga at 8th positions, 55 seconds, somewhere that looking there, not really certain where to go. Comparing that to Andre Haga, that's like 5-10 seconds losing directly. Yeah, you see he's turning around. That's not the feeling you want to have before that long leg. Luca Dalla Valle, great time here at the TV control, but showing some weakness, not having the foresight coming in throughout this control to the next leg. And we only have 3 athletes left to come to the 11th control, the TV control. And that's Lauri Malmström, Jeremy Purr, and Jonas Maiselis. We see him here is ahead of Ignas Ambrasas. Andreas Waldman, the Austrian, who was only 7 seconds behind Ignas Ambrasas at the TV control. He has been out in 40 minutes. We see here Tommi Nykänen, the Finn, coming in towards the finish there. And he will be 10th position, has lost some seconds on this other part of the middle distance. Andreas Waldman has around 4 minutes to be ahead of Ignas Ambrasas. So, and he started just 2 minutes behind Krzysztof Bogar. Teemu Kaksonen also should enter the finish quite soon if they want to be in the medal discussions. And we know Krzysztof Bogar had some difficulties in the beginning, but we also know his strength. The Czech, who have won gold medal on gold medal on gold medal. So he is the reigning world champion at the sprint distance. And he took the bronze at the world championship last year at the middle distance. So, but had a slower start. And Jonas Maiselis looking like he has some seconds down to Andre Haga and Ignas Ambrasas here at the 8 control. As I said, gaining some seconds towards Andre Haga, doing that route choosing. And he is towards the 9th control. We will hopefully get to see him at the 11th control, which is the TV control. Jonas Maiselis looking like he is some seconds ahead of Andre Haga and Ignas Ambrasas. As I said, he's an IT system administrator, and we heard someone were working as a bike mechanic, but Jonas Maiselis, he likes to do something totally different from his sport when he is working. So he is that, and he also is he answered that a hobby of Jonas Maiselis was to eat, and I think that's a really good start to place to start after a long distance and going a really tough long distance and then having middle distance the day behind. And it looks like he has definitely found the power in his leg so far this day. And as I said, Andreas Waldman still not at the finish, having 1.5 minutes towards Ignas Ambrasas' leading time. Could it be Lauri Malmström coming here, the Estonian? Yes, we see Estonian team here. Lauri Malmström, the third last starter. You only have Jeremy Pur and Jonas Maiselis. So Jonas Maiselis having around 1.5 minutes to take the lead from Andre Haga here. Lauri Malmström not having so good start, being positioned 31 here at the TV control. Teemu Kaksonen has entered the finish, 1:53 behind Ignas Ambrasas, and we have not seen Krzysztof Bogar there yet. He is too late, but still Andreas Waldman having some seconds to take the lead, and Jonas Maiselis, the last starter, could be arriving at this TV control any second now. Could it be Krzysztof Bogar here? Yeah, Krzysztof Bogar, and he has still not been catched by Andreas Waldman, as it looks like. He's gonna go in on a new third best time in the finish. It won't be a medal this day either for Krzysztof Bogar. And the question is actually, is he gonna go in the Czech first team tomorrow at the mixed relay? Krzysztof Bogar disappointed.
Nej, sorry. Det var fel. Jo, de kom...
Lithuania coming. I'm not seeing Andreas Waldman. Was he not able to catch up on Krzysztof Bogar? Jonas Maiselis should come to the TV control any second now, if he hasn't done any mistake. So still in the lead at finish, Ignas Ambrasas from Lithuania. And here he comes, Andreas Waldman. How is the clock ticking? It's too late. He has lost some more seconds towards Ignas Ambrasas, coming in to a new second position. He is third at the TV control, having lost 10 seconds more to Ignas Ambrasas from the TV control. This is a great race from Andreas Waldman. How far can this stand? Could it be another medal, or will it be just pushed down? I think Jonas Maiselis has been out in the forest. Just being around that time that Andre Haga had. So out at the TV control, we have Jonas Maiselis, Andre Haga, Ignas Ambrasas. Those are the 3 best guys out there. And Andreas Waldman coming into the just behind Ignas Ambrasas, the new second best time. You see 15 seconds there in between them. It were 10 seconds at the TV control, and it looked like that was some kind of curse word. I won't say it again. Just the same as Gabriele Andrusinene. This small difference that's just, I wanted to have those seconds on my side. So a bit disappointing, but I think that's a good race from Andreas Waldman, and it can be enough for a medal. It will be interesting to see what Andre Haga and the leader at the TV control, Jonas Maiselis, who had 15 seconds out there. So Lithuania, Finland, Lithuania, and then Austria at the TV control. And in the finish, we have Ignas Ambrasas, Lithuania, just ahead of Andreas Waldman, Austria, and then Jiri Radil from Czech Republic at the third position. But a lot of guys soon coming in. Wojtek Stransky should be arriving to the finish very soon if he wants to be in the race for the medals. He has been out in 44 minutes, Wojtek Stransky. Behind him we had Samuel Pökkele and then Wojtek Ludwig. So could that be Wojtek Stransky coming into the finish? I think he can be some seconds late then. Looked like a Czech athlete were arriving to the finish. Standing out there to the left. Could this be Wojtek Stransky coming to the finish? Yes, the reigning European champion. I think his time is some seconds too slow. We can see, yeah, Wojtek Stransky in on a new third best time. 18 seconds behind, just 3 seconds behind Andreas Waldman. He has catched some time from the TV control on Ignas Ambrasas, but Wojtek Stransky coming in on the third place at the moment. So then we know they are able to catch some time on Ignas Ambrasas, but the Lithuanian has done a tremendous race out there. Wojtek Stransky probably realizing that it won't be a medal today. Here we get to see Ignas Ambrasas, Samuel Pökkele, Andreas Waldman. Not really certain here what's happening with Ignas Ambrasas' GPS. I don't think he has been doing that kind. But very interesting to see they do this big shortcut to the 20-second control. And Samuel Pökkele, it looks like he definitely is behind the leader Ignas Ambrasas. And Andreas Waldman is also ahead of him. And could it be that Ignas Ambrasas is doing that big mistake to this 23rd control? Yeah, it could be. Not being able to, you see how big the lead, his lead was ahead of that. So then we know there could be able to catch time on him. You see Andreas Waldman doing the shortcut directly all the way there to the 23rd control, almost catching up on the Lithuanian. Ignas Ambrasas, how good was his race ahead of the 23rd control? And Samuel Pökkele is behind. Wojtek Ludwig started 2 minutes behind Samuel Pökkele. And Samuel did not have he was not brave enough to do that shortcutting to the 22nd control. Because that's, as I said before, the tactical aspect of this is how much do you want to play it safe? How much do you really want to go for it? And Ignas Ambrasas, Andreas Waldman, they really went for it. And it looks like it paid off well, even though Ignas Ambrasas did a big mistake to the 23rd control. So Samuel, he will be behind here around 2 minutes. And if we don't see Wojtek Ludwig soon, he started 2 minutes behind Samuel Pökkele. So the reigning champion from yesterday's long distance, Wojtek Ludwig. Can he be too slow? And looks like Samuel Pökkele is doing a shortcut, but it's almost the same direction as Ignas Ambrasas had. Wojtek Ludwig, his time is going out now. Yesterday's gold medalist, he won't be able to do something about Ignas Ambrasas. And then he only have a few seconds coming towards Andreas Waldman and Wojtek Stransky. Yeah, we see here Wojtek Ludwig coming. Will his second be enough for taking a medal today? It's not certain. He's not taking the lead. Coming in there, 15 seconds. We are waiting for the readout because that can differ some seconds. Wojtek Ludwig, I think he went in on a new second best time. Wojtek Ludwig, what an ending. And look how tight it is in the men's class also. He's reading out there. We will see his time quite soon. Getting his readout there. Looking at it. Will he do like the other one? Shake a head. I think he has had a good race. Yeah, second, 9 seconds behind Ignas Ambrasas. Ignas Ambrasas taking his first individual medal this first day's sprint. And looking like it can be another medal today. We have definitely some contestants for that. Jonas Baiselis and Andre Haga were ahead of him at the TV control. And we have seen Ignas making a mistake in the end. And as I said on the women's competition, that's the difficulty doing these shortcuts. You saw Ignas Ambrasas looked like he had the wrong direction going out on the shortcut. We did not get to see, but Samuel Pökele looked like he had the wrong direction going into the forest in the shortcut. And then when they arrive out on the path, they don't know on which side of the control they arrive. So it looked like Ignas Ambrasas lost some seconds there. I would say almost a minute. But you will wait and see what the probably, as I said, Andre Haga and Jonas Baiselis can do. We'll see if someone else can do something for them. Martin Kanta, he was 8 at the TV control, 1 minute behind Jonas Baiselis. That means he was 45 seconds behind Ignas Ambrasas. See Wojtek Ludwig having the GoPro on again. So this race we will get to be able to see on YouTube later. Wojtek taking the gold yesterday. That won't be today, but still might be able to get a medal at the second position in the finish line right now. So behind Wojtek Ludwig, Kari Kaskinen, we saw him, he had lost a lot of time. Martin Kanta, the next really interesting finisher, I think, from Czech Republic. We have not seen Samuel Pökele in the finish yet, so I think he's losing a lot of time. Here we have Ignas Ambrasas standing and waiting together with the Polish athlete. So Andre Haga has been out in 40 minutes, so we have around 4.5 minutes to take the lead from Ignas Ambrasas. And then Jonas Baiselis have started 8 minutes behind Andre Haga. So in around 12 minutes we will know how this competition ends and who will take the medals on home.
Doesn't matter. You have a proof that you are. Like I did a good race, but it was possible to do it better. And like I'm, like I don't know how these guys rode that fast at the beginning. Like I pushed really. No, but I feel I pushed hard.
Bartosz Nibelski wondering how fast the other guys were going in the beginning. He tells he is another contestant, and we see Samuel Pökele having the difficulties. He doesn't know which path he's arriving on when he does the shortcut, and look, he's outside the map. And as I said, now he comes into the 20-second control again. He realizes his race is over, but just as I said, it's quite easy doing that mistake. Just going in, shortcutting from that control, number 22, and going in the wrong direction, making that shortcut, not knowing on which path you arrive on which side of the control you arrive. So that's looks like one of the biggest thing to wonder about for Andre Haga and Jonas Meiselis here at the end, and if they will be able to go the shortcut to the 20-second control, or if they go around. Here we have Martin Kanta in the finish, I think. Martin Kanta. You should see when he gets out there. Yeah, number 11. That is Martin Kanta. He were 8th at the TV control. And we are waiting for his readout to see his specific time. Going in somewhere in the top positions, I think. But probably not at the podium. Yes, a new 5th best time for Martin Kanta. 1:07 behind Ignas Ambrasas in the end. It means he lost just 5 seconds from the TV control to the finish line. And here we have Samuel Pökkele in the finish. Really disappointed with that mistake in the end. So gold medal at the sprint, bronze yesterday, and no medal today. So just read out, and I think Samuel is already starting to focus. And we see Andre Haga, he is behind Ignas Ambrasas here, but we know Ignas Ambrasas has done a big mistake to the 23rd control, and if Andre Haga does this correctly, he can be the new leader in the finish, and it looks like he is going in the right direction on this shortcut. We see Ignas Ambrasas coming out on the wrong path, not knowing exactly where he is, and we lost Andre Haga's GPS tracking there. This is highly interesting, but I think it looks good for the Finn. Andre Haga looks like he is ahead of Ignas Ambrasas at the second last control. He's coming here, Andre Haga, and he will take a big lead. More than 40 seconds, I think he will take the lead over Ignas Ambrasas, 42 seconds ahead of him. The Finn, he took a medal at the sprint distance. It will be a new medal today. The question is, will it be a gold or will it be a silver? We have Jonas Meiselis, who were 14 seconds ahead of Andre Haga at the TV control. And now Andre Haga will understand that he is in the lead here with not so many athletes behind him. That is a smile and a thumbs up for Andre Haga. He doesn't even want to check at that. He just wants to be in the moment, know that he is in the lead and might be looking for the gold medal. Jonas Meiselis from Lithuania can be the one to challenge him. So we saw there, Andre Haga, he were behind Ignas Ambrasas at the 22nd control, but doing the right shortcut to the second to the last control. 48 seconds is the lead, and that means Andre Haga, Ignas Ambrasas and Wojtek Ludwig, they are at the medal positions at the moment. So we will wait. Jonas Meiselis from Lithuania. Of course, we will have Luca Dalla Valle. He were only 1 minute behind at the TV control. You see here, he's losing the race there, Ignas Ambrasas, towards Andre Haga. And I think when he sees this, he will be shaking his head a bit. Ignas Ambrasas, of course, he understands that was a big mistake, but maybe not knowing how big that was. And also Fabiana Bettega has gone to the finish. You see they are discussing there with the mustache. Fabiana Bettega from Italy in 9th position, 2:19 behind, and has probably seen Andre Haga. They have probably ride a bit together out there. So that means Luca Dalla Valle, Lauri Malmström, Jeremy Pur, and Jonas Meiselis. They are the 4 guys still out in the forest with possibility to do something about the medal discussions. Luca Dalla Valle, actually his time for Andre Haga has already gone out, still having some time to beat Ignas Ambrasas and Wojtek Ludwig. Jeremy Pur, he were 2 minutes behind at the TV control. Can that be enough? I think that the Estonian Lauri Malmström, we can take him out of the context. He was 2:44 behind at the TV control. And I think it's Jonas Meiselis, the Lithuanian. Should it be 2 Lithuanian medals at the men's class? We have already seen a silver in the women's class. And here we get to follow the GPS tracking from their races. Andre Haga having a good start. Just getting some second on Ignas Ambrasas in the beginning. taking the same route choices. Yeah, turning around there. And going the left route there. We know they took a bit different into the 6 control. Ignas Ambrasas probably gaining some seconds there on Andre Haga. And then to the 8 control, Andre Haga went around a bit more than Ignas Ambrasas. Look there. And Ignas gained some seconds again. So coming there together, really tight between these athletes. Taking the 9th control and the 10th, and then going into the TV control. We should see they have a totally different leg here to the 12th control. And it looks like Andre Haga having... you see Ignas Ambrasas making a big shortcut there. And it was almost the same. And this Andre Haga is taking different. They are together. Very interesting to see. Quite big differences. Andre Haga looks like he's a bit stronger all the way, but I think he were behind coming to the 22nd control. You see Ignas making shortcuts. A bit more shortcuts there. I think he passed Andre Haga there. But then we know Ignas Ambrasas, he has done a lot of shortcutting in the forest. And his last shortcut made him lose seconds. Look at that. They were really, really tight at the 22nd control. So we are looking here. Luca Dalla Valle. Could he come in at the top 10 position at the moment? And that means Luca Dalla Valle is 2 minutes behind. Behind Luca Dalla Valle, Lauri Malmros started. As I said, the Estonian will be too far behind. Here we have him, Luca Dalla Valle. And might be able to take the 10th position at the moment. Coming in 2.5 minutes behind Andre Haga in the lead. 2:35, Luca Dalla Valle. That means he is just behind his teammate Fabiano Bettega at the 9th position. Grasping for some air here. So, Jonas Maiselis, Andre Haga. Who will it be? Jonas Maiselis was just ahead of Andre Haga, 4th and 5th yesterday. It's the same direction between those two athletes. Or the table has turned.
Però era poco anche oggi.
I think I need to start training different languages so you can listen to those and hear how they have had it out in the forest. But racers that still can make a difference. Jeremy Poor and Jonas Maiselis. Jonas having 2 minutes on his way. And here we have Kari Kaskinen towards the finish. Not a good race for Kari Kaskinen today, being more than 12 minutes behind his teammates. As I said, Jonas Maiselis having a bit less than 2 minutes to take the lead and the gold medal from Andre Haga, starting last in this competition. And Jeremy Poor, he is too late for the gold medal. Can still be ahead of Ignas Ambrasas, but then he has to arrive to the finish, and I think the Frenchman won't be able to do something for the medal in this race. It's Jonas Maiselis or Andre Haga, Lithuania or Finland. Very interesting to see. Probably the Lithuanian tactic, making a lot of shortcuts, has paid well off. We saw Ignas Ambrasas. We know Jonas Maiselis were even faster in the beginning. Are they going with the same tactics? And it's just to keep your head in the game all the way and know that you go in the right direction on your shortcuts. Jonas Maiselis, he has less than a minute to take the lead, and we are not looking at the finish yet. Is he not on the way? Jonas Maiselis, he started last, number 43. We're waiting here. Here we have Lauri Malmros, I think. Yeah. But we are waiting for the Lithuanian, Jonas Maiselis. He just missed the medals with 8 seconds yesterday. Could it be his day today? Lauri Malmros coming in. And we know Jonas Maiselis started 4 minutes behind him. So we need to see the Lithuanian if he should do something for Andre Haga. think he will be too late.
igalt poolt otsene. Jalg on ikka nii tühine. Teises punktis jumala kabiris.
Lithuanian looks like he has lost time on Andre Haga here. They're getting to look at the Estonian Nõmme Frost.
Tahtsin siit läbi lõigata, siit on
blue choices here.
Kõigepealt maha langeb puu kohe taha. Siia sisse läbu, mingi segamets. 2 korda tuli maha enne alla sain. Ja siin panin perses. Pand ringi minema. Läksin siit, siin keerasin ringi ka veel. Ma lõppanin, siit hakkas pihta. Otse. Siit vaatasin telehautse, lähen ringi, et siit nii küll läbi saa. Siit lõige. Siit otse.
Sa hästi panid, vennad panid 4 mintsa siia, Sonju ja kõik siia.
And it looks like it will be the Finnish anthem times 2 today. With Ruska Sarela taking the gold in the women's class and Andre Haga taking the gold in the men's class. We are still waiting for Joonas Maiselis, and I'm not certain he won't be able to take any medal. Has he had some difficulties in the end of this race? It surely looks like that. The last starter of this middle distance at the European Championships here in Ostroda, Poland. I think he is too late for the medals. Joonas Maiselis had a great start, had it in his hand, but has lost some time and place. Could it be the same shortcutting in that green area that got him away? But the Finn, Andre Haga, he has been taking medals for medals. He took the silver at the World Championship mascot last year. He took the bronze at the World Championship 2022 middle, and he also took the bronze at European Champs last year at this distance. But now he has been longing for a gold. He has been wanting a gold. And now he will be able to get it around his neck. Andre Haga, today's European champion. And silver, his second silver this week from Lithuania, Ignas Ambrasas. And looking at the third place, yesterday's gold medalist from Czech Republic, Wojtek Ludwig. They are all in 1 minute of time. Joonas Maiselis still not at the finish, has lost a lot of time. So, Andre Haga, now it's time to cheer for the gold medal. Here we see him, Joonas Maiselis from Lithuania. And you see he's lost a lot of time coming in to the 14th position. The last starter, Joonas Maiselis, he were in the lead after half the race. And he knows he has done a mistake out there. This is not the feeling he wanted coming into the finish. And I think he will be even more disappointed hearing that he actually were in the lead after half the race, knowing he had the pace for a gold medal today, but did not find the controls in the perfect way. 4th position, yesterday's medalist Andreas Waldman from Austria. He were only 6 seconds from the bronze medal today from Wojtek Ludwig. Wojtek Stransky, 5th position. And 6th position, Martin Kanta, Czech Republic. And Jeremy Poor also in the finish, coming in then around 2 minutes behind Joonas Maiselis. That are the race, this middle distance race at the CX80 World Cup and also European Championships in Poland, Ostroda. Now the individual races has been selected and clear, and it's only the mixed relay that we will do tomorrow left in the bag. So Jeremy Poor from France coming in at 24th position, actually being the best of the French guys. Paul Debray from France, who we saw at the GPS replay, he had a really good start, ended up in 27th position. You see here, Joonas Maiselis, Bartosz Niebelski, excuse me, discussing still his race. ending up at 12th position. Here we get to see it. Andre Haga, European champion at the middle distance with 48 seconds down to the Lithuanian Ignas Ambrasas, taking his second silver this week, and Wojtek Ludwig from Czech Republic taking the bronze. Andreas Waldman just 6 seconds up to the bronze. Wojtek Stransky only 9 seconds up to the bronze. And then we had Martin Kanta, Jiri Radil, Krzysztof Bogar. You see the Czech guys lining up there. Then we have the two Italians, Fabiano Bettega, 9th, and Luca Dalla Valle at 10th position, 2.5 minutes behind. So 10 racers in 2.5 minutes. It's a tight race, but Andre Haga winning with almost 1 minute. Timo Kaksonen, 11th position. First Polish guy, Bartosz Nibelski, 2:45 behind. Jonas Vitautas Gvildis, 2:47, and then Jonas Maiselis, 2:49, the last starter who were in the lead, losing the race in the second part. Adrian Jaggi from Switzerland, 15th position. Jerry Köffler ending the race really good from Austria, coming up to the 17th position. Jussi Lauriela, 18th position. Silas Hotz, 19th. And then we have Jan Hasek at 20th position. And as I said, it will be interesting to see how the Czech take out their team tomorrow. I guess Wojtek Ludwig, he will be certain in the team. I think Martina Tiszkowska, but who will be the second guy? Wojtek Stransky, Martin Kanta, Jiri Radil, Krzysztof Bogar, all those athletes having top 10 positions this week. So interesting to see. We see the best Swede here, Sverre Röjgaard, at 34th position, just ahead of Oskar Johansson at 39th position. And also Samuel Pökkälä, we saw his mistake. The gold medalist from the sprint coming in on the 41st position. And that was a big mistake. Going to the second last control in the green area, trying to make a shortcut, losing himself and not realizing for a lot of minutes where he was. Here we get to see a replay of the race. You see Andre Haga strong from the start. And then we have Wojtek Ludwig, Ignas Ambrasas. These are the medalists. Wojtek Ludwig taking the control from the other direction. Definitely losing some seconds there. And to the 6th control, this long leg. Looks like they are going at the same route choice. We know Ignas Ambrasas went in a bit further than Andre Haga here. Should see how Wojtek Ludwig does the same. And we know Ignas Ambrasas gained some seconds on Andre Haga there. Pedaling hard down there. Andre Haga still ahead of these two, and around to the 8th control. Wojtek Ludwig going the same route as Andre Haga, losing some seconds towards Ignas Ambrasas there. And you see Wojtek Ludwig is behind Andre Haga, Ignas Ambrasas, that only were differentiated by 3 seconds at the 11th control. So we get to see they go into the 11th control. And then turning around, probably to the 12th, yes. Andre Haga, some seconds ahead of Ignas Ambrasas. And then Ignas Ambrasas making a big shortcut, just as Wojtek Ludwig. And you see how it's important to stay on the right direction. You saw Wojtek Ludwig losing quite many seconds, coming far to the right to that control. And Andre Haga, Ignas Ambrasas are going the same here to the 15th control, but you can say Ignas Ambrasas have made more shortcuts than Andre Haga. And we should see here Ignas Ambrasas doing the straight there also. Still behind and continuing straight and catching up on Andre Haga there. So that's where he passed Andre Haga to the 18th control, or catched up on him. And then we see to the 20th control, they are neck to neck. Ignas Ambrasas, Andre Haga, taking 21st control. And they are taking the same shortcut. Looks like Ignas Ambrasas going a bit better to the control. But then you see the mistake from Ignas Ambrasas. Losing seconds there. And Wojtek Ludwig almost catching him up in the fight for the silver medal. What a race from these 3 athletes. And the women, of course, also there. European champion from Finland, Ruska Saarela. Only 7 seconds ahead of Lithuanian. The second silver for Lithuania this day. Gabriele Andrusinene, and on 3rd position, just 20 seconds behind, Martina Tiszkowska. Double gold champion Nicolin Splitorf at the 4th position today, 36 seconds from the goal. Marika Hara, 5th position. Constance Devier, 6th position. Gabriela Gustafsson, best Swede, as number 7. We have Ingrid Stengard at 8th position, Algirda Michkovene as number 9, and Rosalie Kucharova from Czech Republic at 10th position. So Ursina Jagi, who had quite big difficulties to the TV control, had a better ending, ended at 11th position. 12th, Camilla Søgaard, reigning European champion, ending up at 12th position. Celine Wellenreiter, 13th. Cecilie Kristoffersen, 14th. Best Hungarian, Bianca Thomas, at 16th position. Henna Saarinen, Antonia Haga. Antonia Haga, I think she's happy, even though she got 18th position with her brother's gold medal. Romana Kubinova, 19th, and then Elvira Larsson, 20th position today. So that was the ladies class results. And we get to see replay from those also. Ruska Sarla, Martina Tichowska, Gabriele Andrusinene. The same here, taking a different route choice, but looks like that was just a few seconds dividing them. Ruska Sarla turning around, Martina Tichowska, Gabriele Andrusinene going to the right route choice here to the 4th control. And we know that it looked fast, but then you need to know where you came out. And you see, they did it good, so they are still together. Ruska Sarla, they are all doing their shortcut here to the 5th control. Martina Tichowska making a really good shortcut, probably finding a good way in the forest. We see Ruska Sarla going around there, passing Gabriele Andrusinene, probably gaining some seconds on Martina Tichowska, and then coming to the TV control, where Martina was in the lead. But yeah, ahead of Ruska Sarla and Gabriele. So they come here on this longer leg. Martina Tichowska doing this route choice, definitely losing seconds. We know Gabriele were 1 minute behind her earlier there, so she lost some seconds there. Ruska Sarla going around to the left and gaining seconds on Martina Tichowska. Here they do the same. They continue. Martina Tichowska doing a shortcut, losing seconds there. She got passed by Ruska Sarla to the 10th control. And Ruska Sarla now in the lead, where she should end up. Gabriele Andrusinene passing Martina Tichowska there. Certain why. And you see they did not have really the same shortcut. Probably the shortcut to 16th control we will see. Ruska Sarla going straight in the semi-open area, taking the control a bit, losing some seconds to Gabriele Andrusinene, but still enough for taking the gold ahead of the Lithuanian, and then Martina Tichowska from Czech Republic going in on the bronze place. Tomorrow we will end this championship 8:50 with the mixed relay. So I would like to say thank you for being with us during this middle distance at the European Champs and CX80 World Cup. Be sure to tune in at that time. You see 8:50 mixed relay, and it's the last distance this championship week. And the IFTV crew and I, Linus Rapp, would like to thank you and wish you a great continuous and great afternoon. See you tomorrow.